Good morning from downtown Ironton, Ohio. Thanks for being with us this morning for our 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade, along with Jason Toy on the street, Terry Hapney beside me. I'm J.B. Miller for an amazing, another amazing day of parading.
The 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. The theme this year, Life, Liberty, USA.
And I might add, Jason, I might add that we have a bit of a breeze going on today.
I tell you what, we had rain that came through here, some pretty good thunderstorms about, 3 o'clock in the morning this morning.
Well, I hear I slept through it.
You slept through it. Yeah, pretty good storms that came through and really moved everything out. There's no humidity, and we're starting this parade at 69 degrees.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yes, with blue skies. And the first moment, I know that I picked up Terry Abney. He's like, did you bring an umbrella? And I was like, I don't think we need an umbrella. And you stashed it back away.
Stashed it back away. I did, thankfully.
Can you believe it? 26 years of doing this, I don't ever recall actually being rained on.
We have just a sprinkle or two. No actual,
We've had heat. We've had humidity.
We have.
We sure have.
And I think this is probably the least humidity that we've ever had in the parade.
It's perfect. Grand Marshal this year is Ron Thomas. The parade commander is Ray Jones. There are 8 divisions, I believe. Is that correct?
That's correct. 8 divisions this year in our parade. By the way, as usual, of course, in all of our years, we, of course, have asked you to reach out, send a message, of course, this where you are watching it from, and the city, of course, that you're watching it from, even if you're local. And love to hear from some of you, and we are going to give you as much information as we have that's possible.
The color guard, VFW Post 8850, the parade bugler, the gunnery salute also from Post 8850. We have Mark watching in New Mexico, Sharon in Colorado, Janet from Cincinnati. And my mother-in-law, Patty, says, I'm ready to watch and listen to Terry and JB. So we've got at least one viewer, my mother-in-law, right?
She should be cooking about right now, shouldn't she? She working on that special dish for that special
I bet so.
afternoon of, obviously the Memorial Day weekend brings lots of families in from out of town. They watch the parade and then immediately, of course, head off for a cookout. Years ago, we used to be invited to a cookout, if you'll remember.
We did, yeah. We got an annual invitation.
An annual invitation. The person used to be
an elected official.
An elected official. And because he was an elected official, every year on the parade, he would say, hey, stop by the house
and it was
get
great
yourself
food.
to eat.
Yeah, good food.
And when he suddenly was not an elected official anymore, we never got enough invitation.
Right. So we're going to your house today is what you're saying, right?
The riderless horse, the handler is Leslie. $1 million marching band, a 98-year tradition representing its school and community at performances across the East Coast, including the Peach, Liberty, and Gator Bowls, the NFL Kickoff Classic, parades in Philadelphia and Chicago, performances for several U.S. presidents and the governors of Ohio and Kentucky.
Yeah, including a special performance, I know, on the flight deck of the aircraft carrier USS Intrepid in New York City back from 88 to 05. Million Dollar Marching Band, by the way, made 12 appearances at the marching band finals.
Band directors Anthony Nolan and Will Smith, guard advisors Valerie Freeman and David Markins, and the drum majors are going to direct the band as we speak. Great sound from the Ironton $1 Million Marching Band here in downtown Ironton. The Ironton High School varsity cheerleaders are also participating, as well as the middle school cheerleaders, followed by the St. Joseph Junior High School cheerleaders.
And by the way, a question about the jet flyover, and we are expecting, again, that was a weather permitting type of thing. Looks like
the weather's good.
That's going to pull off, and it looks like about 11 o'clock. So for those that are curious about a jet flyover expected about 11 o'clock this morning.
Are there any pictures of you in the Ironton in the $1 Million Marching Band?
No, I was never in the $1 Million Marching Band because I was in the Ironton Junior High School Warrior Marching Band.
Okay.
Yeah, of which I placed the horn to my lips and marched, but never played a note.
But could you play a note? Or
No,
you couldn't?
no.
You actually could not.
I never could.
So you're saying you were there for show?
Absolutely. I had a nice jacket and a nice hat, and then I would march in the parades, and the person who was the band director just kind of, like. By the way, I was last chair entire year.
Last chair? Out of how many?
I don't know, 6 or 7.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
So you're saying that you were the worst of the worst?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I was telling you that I could never be on the Gong Show.
Then we have past Grand Marshal Joe Sharp, Life Liberty USA. There's you some candy.
There it is.
And the past Grand Marshals are coming into the camera shot right now. I see Sue Lunsford. I see Marcia there as well. So great to see the past Grand Marshals smiling and waving.
Maybe one day you can be in here as one of the Grand Marshals, right?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Or at least get to drive the Grand Marshals as well.
The ladies are waving at you, JB.
Well, and that's the way it always is.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Arthur Pearson, past Grand Marshal 2009. And the Amateur Radio Emergency Communications. And we have Brothers of the Wheel, the veterans.
I'm still laughing, by the way.
That was one of my better lines.
It was.
Should I come back and use that line later?
I was laughing at Terry's. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this at the radio station. One of our good buddies that works with us quite a bit, Bobcat, Brothers of the Wheel.
Yeah. HB Doc Riley, Chapter 51, Disabled American Veterans. And they have several entries, it looks like, here in today's parade. We want to make mention, if you get the hungries before you leave Ironton, stop at the Ironton Frisch's Big Boy for a $5 hamburger or hot dog meal. You get a hamburger or hot dog, an order of fries, and a small drink for only $1.
Yeah, and if you're looking for riding lessons, contact the Ohio Horse Park, and you can start your journey on the back of a horse. How about that? Google Ohio Horse Park Riding Lessons and simply drop them a message.
And speaking of the Horse Park, the Ohio Horse Park is hosting a horse show today in Franklin Furnace. It begins at 2 o'clock. Admission is free for the entire family. Also, you want to make sure you do a search on Facebook for the Quinn Chapel Historical Center. This new historical center provides great information about the Underground Railroad and African Americans in Ironton and Lawrence County. The parade also brought to you by David Lucas Communication. You need any video work or want your event live stream, contact DLC.
By the way, a lot of folks commenting on our page this morning, and we thank you, and a lot of you, in fact, who have had the opportunity to tune in this morning from other parts of the country. And one of the things that we want to point out is that maybe you have noticed something a little bit differently, and one of those would be the Brumberg building. The Brumberg building, which of course is here at the corner. We watched it kind of change over the years.
It's got the windows in it.
A few years ago, it was just woodwork, that type of stuff.
Yeah, this young lady here will say hello to her family listening or watching in Jacksonville, Florida today. Hi, who are you?
I'm Martha Butler.
I want to say hi.
I want to say hi to Lynn and Penny, David Allen, Will, let me see, Kim, Cameron, Tristan, Bryson, and Grayson.
They're all watching, huh?
They're all watching, yes, they're all watching.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Just a little bit past 10, and I'm already starting to eye the cheese crackers.
Yeah, it is quite windy here today. Our papers, I know some folks are saying that the wind may be causing some sound issues.
Yeah. I must tell you folks that this is the windiest I think that we have had
It is.
at a parade in quite some time. You never really know what the weather's going to be, but this is some pretty good wind whipping around through downtown.
You know who's liking it? Who's really liking it right now?
Is this the only mic we have?
Others participating in the parade, VFW Post 8850 Ladies Auxiliary, the Sims Valley Veterans, U.S. Corps of Engineers, you saw that entry, Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 949, and Brent Piles just went by on a golf cart. Good to see Brent.
Okay.
Russell High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard is coming up in the camera shot. And I haven't seen them in this division. They were supposed to be the Cub Scouts Pack 106, the best themed float winner in this year's parade. So I wanted to make sure we acknowledge that.
Sure.
Most definitely. Definitely. Well, let's say what's the
And that's going to put a cap on the first division, and we have 10 divisions actually, not 8. So
10
there are
today.
10. We have the horses toward the very end.
I got you.
But this is the Joe Williams honorary division. Laura Brown, Josh Kearns are the division commanders. Barbara's watching from Alabama. Patty is watching from Grove City. Perry from Battle Creek, Michigan. Biloxi, Mississippi. I've actually visited Biloxi in the past.
Is that right?
Yeah. Samantha watching.
do a little ceremony back here behind us on a screen as they stop the 21 gun salute further down. You talked about the win here. You know who's really loving this, feeling good in this win today are the mascots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Can't think of a worse job in the world than the hottest day of the year wearing a mascot suit.
Smokey Bear's feeling awfully good today.
Yep. And I've made it a point over the years to notice how much different the mascot suits have become. I can recall the radio station that we worked for having a mascot suit, and they had an ice vest.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
You had an
yeah.
ice band that
You
went around
were.
your head, too.
Yep.
And I remember back in the days of Super America, which is now Speedway, you had the Super America man, and it was a big inflatable, and it was a big fan. And basically, it was basically blowing hot air around inside your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
How are y'all?
Life Liberty USA, family of Joe Williams.
It is a tradition for folks in Lawrence County and Ironton, and I don't care what you do or where you're at. Somebody says, hey, you want to do this or do that, you automatically go, I'm sorry, I'm going to the parade. Because that is just the kind of tradition it is. If you're not in the parade, you're watching the parade, or at least you're watching it from home, and we're glad to give you that opportunity here today. And thanks for all of your messages, and thanks for watching, streaming.
And the Battery L 1st Ohio, Light Artillery, the airborne reenactors from World War II.
I'm hearing something. Here we go. How about that, huh? Gotta love it.
Believe we missed that by about 30 minutes.
Very nice.
He got better gas mileage, I guess, if he get here a little quicker.
Well, it's a better weather day, you know?
That must be it.
That's true. The family of Master Sergeant Michael A. Riggle in the camera shot. Thank you, sir.
Oh, look at that. They bring a whole, hey, they got Army men in it, JB. You got something to play with today.
I love it.
Band of Brothers, James Jackson.
Thank you.
So do you think when they do the flyover here, like they'll go maybe down into Kentucky and do another flyover somewhere else?
Yeah.
They have a couple different towns to hit?
I'll bet so.
Stopping off at Wendy's, maybe for a sandwich. Hard to land that thing, though.
Well, if it was a Harrier, you can set it right down.
Harbor Healthcare of Ironton.
You know, what do you do when you get the munchies when you're flying one of those?
I like that red, white, and blue hat right there.
Yeah, that's good. He does too. It looks like.
Yeah.
I think you really hoped that you would have a Dean Robinson bring you some cheese crackers if you were in that flight deal.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I've been eyeing them ever since they said.
Well, that's why he brought them for you. So.
Yeah.
Because he said.
We have had over the years, various food items dropped off, and I must say it's always difficult to eat when you're doing a parade. So I'm going to try to work a cracker or two in there.
Joe
if I
Deskin
can.
passing by.
So we got and coming up here the Herschel Woody Williams Medical Center coming in here. My other life, obviously, I still work with NASCAR. We were just down at Charlotte Motor Speedway over the weekend, Friday night. We were at the Craftsman Truck Series race, and one of the trucks that was there that is owned by a veteran, and Al Neese Motorsports. They had Woody Williams Foundation logo emblazed on the back end of that race truck.
Nice.
And some other great organizations.
A few banners were hanging as well.
Yeah, a lot of great things with it. So it was good to see down there.
And of course, we just finished recently, of course, in Huntington, near Ritter Park.
Yeah, the Gold Star Family Monument there.
Yep.
They do them all across the country. That one's obviously very special. The one in Barbersville was one of the first ones that they did closer to Woody's home, and in Huntington, where it's second home. And beautiful there, right there in front of the arch. But they also put a nice garden there out front of it too. Very peaceful to go check out.
Don't mean to break the news to you, but they just went by with goodies, and you were not recipient.
Didn't get any, huh?
No.
At least we got our.
They looked right at you.
At least we got our Smarties.
That's right.
And you got your Army men too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for now, until the wind
Until
takes
the
them
wind
away.
takes them away.
Yeah.
We are in Division 2 here as we continue to work our way through it.
And River Run Healthcare of Colgrove in this 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. Some folks paying tribute to the memory of George Stamper.
By the way, Carl Pruitt announcing that when the flyover just happened, his cat jumped up in the air and ran under the bed.
It has 8 lives left, I guess, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It probably won't come out from under the bed.
Yes.
The Quinn Chapel Historical Center, located at 715 Adams Street in Ironton, houses the newly formed membership that seeks to document the historic contributions of African Americans in the city and county.
And Frisch's Big Boy, of course, here in Ironton, with one of the best breakfast bars you can find anywhere, from eggs to biscuits and gravy. The Big Boy offers you a feast. It's Ironton Frisch's Big Boy, your all-American restaurant. Stop by after the parade. They are open today.
And don't forget, the Ohio Horse Park will host a horse show today in Franklin Furnace at 2 p.m. Admission is free for the entire family.
Question regarding the Jets, which, by the way, just flew over. Someone's asking, I missed it. Will they be flying over again? And the answer to that is
Somewhere else.
yes.
Yeah, somewhere else.
You, kind of hard to make a U-turn on those.
Family of Carl Malone, U.S. Army, and Private Gene Forth.
Good-looking Chevy Bel Air right there.
Family of World War II veteran Harold Pancake, Kenny Pancake. The William C. Lambert Museum and Archive reenactors participating, Sanctuary of the Ohio Valley, and Morning Point 2. We're hearing, well, first off, the Nurse Honor Guard is the Grand Marshal float winner in Division 2, and we're hearing the sound of the Rock Hill Marching Band.
All of these band folks are quite pleased with the weather today as well, for sure.
They are definitely enjoying that.
Yeah.
That means we're in the 3rd Division. Lou Piles, the division commander. Lou and Brent, of course, integral in pulling together the group of people, all those folks who make this parade possible year in and year out. And this is the 156th time. Now, we all haven't been a part of it for that many years.
Seems like it.
JB's been here for about, 154?
Rock Hill High School Marching Band. Let's take a listen.
Like the dance moves they had there, pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to go out and maybe do a couple with them. Those moves are almost as good as the Alhassa Shriners.
Which, by the way, will probably be here later for you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
stepping out this year? Are you finally going to step out?
Well, I don't know. For folks that don't know, every year it gets a little bit better here at the Broadcast Center. And this year we have actually provided a ramp.
A ramp.
We have a ramp to get on and off.
That means they've noticed that you needed some help.
For many years, we've had to step over wood piling, risk your life basically to get out onto the street. But with the ramp this year, good, big things could be coming.
Rock Hill cheerleaders.
All right, JB, you need to get out there with them.
So you can go ahead and start using that, and 10 or 12 years from now, Jason and I will start using it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it is, we talked about how beautiful it is here today. Nice and cool, no humidity. Temperature is right about 70 degrees. We started at 69, but the wind has definitely picked up out here.
Yes, it has. Yes. It's amazing. This may be the windiest broadcast I think I've ever done.
I believe it has.
Yeah.
It is, for sure.
And if this would have been 27 years ago, we'd have had a lot more hair to kick around.
We would have.
Yeah.
Great
Beautiful
job, Rock Hill cheerleaders.
I know that you're going to a picnic afterwards. Maybe you could have these girls come over and maybe do that in the driveway. Maybe before the meal. Just a thought.
Bring the band, too.
Bring the band.
Bring the band.
We
Yeah,
have
do
the
the
band.
band.
Play music.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, Jeff Cribble. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Watching us today from Apple Valley Lake, Ohio.
We want to thank those for many years who have helped out with the communications, the Southern Ohio Amateur Radio Association.
With us every year.
Rock Hill cheerleaders,
Excellent.
they have a lot of entries in this year's parade. Looks like there's some more, some even younger ones coming up.
Philip Heald is watching today. Philip's not too far away from this parade lineup. Just received a letter, in fact, from Philip recently. I wanted to acknowledge that I received that sympathy from the death of my mother, and I want to say how much I appreciate that letter. And thanks for all of the good,
wonderful lady.
all of the good times when we were growing up. Philip and I had our own radio station in our bedrooms.
All right.
He had one, I had one, and we used to have radio for about a block in the neighborhood.
Entertaining the neighbors.
Entertaining the neighbors. Probably major illegal, but we did it.
The Rock Hill Cheers.
And the Nurse Honor Guard is the second division Grand Marshal float winner, but they happen to find themselves in the third division.
Ah, they moved.
They moved. Yep.
Somebody late arriving? Is that the problem?
They may have had to have tended to someone's health. We don't know, you know.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see why they won. That's a nice looking float.
Very nice. We want to thank some of the 2024 contributors, A Touch of Grace, American Legion District 7, Anderson and Anderson Attorneys, Awards Plus, Drew Artis and staff, Boy Scouts, Troop 106, Buckeye Monument Company,
Yeah.
Central Hardware.
City of Ironton, of course, and Mayor Sam. We appreciate all of his help in getting this all put together. You got to realize you just don't open up the streets and have a parade. You got to get things all coordinated. And as Sam, of course, and all of the city workers have been, and we might add, as far as city workers are concerned, we had a storm blow through here just a few days ago that I believe over 400 flags were actually damaged in downtown.
Yeah,
so,
they were able to get a lot of them back up. William C. Lambert Military Museum and Archive. Of course, speaking of the mayor, here is the mayor of Ironton.
right there in the city truck doing a little candy tossing today.
Yeah, we're going to grab a word with Sam. Oh. There we go. To make a move over there. All right, Sam, that's about as far as I can go over here to you. Come on over this way a little bit. All right, Sam, how are you, sir?
Great. I'm happy to be here for my 5th parade, 156th year. It's been a challenge with all the weather we've had this year, but it still went off without a bat, and I'm thrilled to be here and have great weather and a great turnout, and we're excited for the city today.
All right, congratulations. You got a Chamber of Commerce Day.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Dave San Cramlet right there. Thanks for the time, as always. You talked about all the work that they did and what they had to do. That's the one great thing about this town and this whole community is the flags and how they celebrate and remember on Memorial Day weekend and to take that pride and to make sure everything is just right in time for that parade, which is great.
City of Ironton Police Department. Those vehicles are, we can see our reflection, they're so shiny.
We have the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department, Jeff Lawless. JP, ever seen these, the lights behind you like this before in your rearview mirror or anything?
Been a long time.
Been a long time?
Been a long time. Going well. You ever notice the cars that are in the parade are always clean?
They look great, yeah.
You realize you're going to be in the parade, you go, oh my gosh, I got to wash the vehicle.
Yeah, don't steal any of my candy. I see the crime dog coming here.
Oh.
He'll take care of that.
Look out.
So,
McGruff, right?
Yeah,
That's right, McGruff
it
the crime
is.
dog, yeah.
I'm not familiar with the guy next to the McGruff, though.
I like the fact that the crime dog wears a Columbo coat, you know. Lieutenant Columbo,
I think I had that coat.
one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, and I think I had that coat
Yeah.
at one time, back in the late 70s.
Following the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department, we have the Ohio State Highway Patrol, as well as the Ashland Police Department. Others participating, Hanging Rock Police Department, South Point, Cold Grove, Proctorville, Chesapeake, Kentucky State Police, we'll see them in a moment. Of course, we mentioned the Ashland Police Department, Russell, Boyd County Sheriff's Department, Boyd County 911, Greenup County Police Department, Flatwoods Dare Vehicle, LCEMS in Ironton, and some of the ambulance services throughout the county.
And CSX making an appearance as they go by.
Exactly, yeah. Making their presence known.
A few blocks away, but we knew they were there. Actually saw an advertisement yesterday where you can get a diesel, not a diesel, a train horn. I know they had one when the Huntington Blizzard was around.
At the arena, yeah.
Yeah, but you can buy a train horn and it's attached to like a drill, and you.
Oh,
can
yeah.
go around.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like $120, but I
Mike
was
Patterson?
like, oh, I want one of those. Don't know what I'd do with it other than scare people, but yeah, physical, actually as loud as a train horn in the palm of your hand.
Paul
So you
David
said-
Nip.
Rick, we need to get one of those for when we're in parade with the radio station, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Judge Ballard. I'm seeing lots and lots of candy at this point.
Yep.
That's why it's always good to be at the head end of the parade, because by the time they get on the back side of things, a lot less candy.
All the candy.
Slim pickings by that
Yeah,
point.
it is at that point.
Yep. Judge Finley.
Because the thing about it, the kids that throw them out, they're just chucking it all early, right?
By the way, we haven't put a plug in for ourselves, Jason, but for those that are not aware, for those who walk up to me and say, how are you enjoying retirement? Never actually retired, and you'll find me on the radio at Big Buck 101.5.
That's right, in the mornings.
Every morning, and you'll find Jason Toy every afternoon.
That's right.
And as far as Terry Abney's concerned, gosh, you could find him anywhere because
You
in
can.
the summer he's writing for the Ironton Tribune.
I am writing for the Ironton Tribune, full-time this summer, part-time in the fall when I go back to my professorship at Marshall University. There's Brigham Anderson, Lawrence County prosecuting attorney.
How you guys doing?
It's been great being back in a newsroom. Been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen a few of your articles, well written.
Thank
Looks
you.
looks like you have years of experience.
You guys said you wanted candy. We just got bombarded.
All
over here.
right. Judge Kevin Waldo. And look at this law enforcement Corvette coming into the screen. I don't think that anybody can outrun that.
Don't think so. Yeah, I tell you. The goodies just keep coming. I had no idea that we'd actually get bubbles today. Like Lawrence, hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, dude.
We're doing good.
Tina Holiday. The JD's over here blowing bubbles on everybody now.
Tiny bubbles.
You're not going to sing, I hope.
No.
Thing about the Corvette, it's a school resource officer car.
Actually was taken over in a like a drug raid.
Deal,
That's
yeah,
how they
yeah.
get those, in a drug deal.
Well, the young people are pretty quick, Jason. That's why they have to have a vehicle that can catch them. So.
By the way, our friend Rick Maney is watching us today from Columbus, Ohio.
Heads off to Rick.
And all I got to say about that is you better believe it. That's a little inside
joke, huh?
Inside joke.
Here's my inside with him. All right, Coach Lou. Best Lou Holtz impersonation ever heard of.
Yeah. It's what it's all about, memories and things that you remember, not only with the parade, of course, but just in the flat city of Ironton.
That is true.
Great place to grow up. And
David Lucas Communication can promote your next sales campaign, your political campaign, or an awareness effort. Call 740-534-8557. Quinn Chapel here in Ironton, the oldest and first African-American Methodist church.
Yep, that building is 115 years old, as a matter of fact. And the congregation that met there goes all the way back to about 150 years. And now that historical center operates out of the building. So,
what do you think of when you say Frisch's Big Boy? You think of that delicious Big Boy burger? Sure, but did you know that Frisch's Big Boy has creamy, delicious milkshakes, too? They sure do. Stop by and give their shakes a try. You'll say, ah, that's cool.
That's cool. Yep, an Ohio Horse Park offering fantastic events for the whole family. Check out their Facebook page, Ohio Horse Park Events, to find out more. They offer horse shows, special events, and training sessions at reasonable prices. It's Ohio Horse Park, located in Franklin Furnace, Ohio. I gotta tell you, not only do we have a breeze going on today, but I believe it blew the pollen right at me.
Yeah, it did me too.
Oh.
I got choked up. I've been having a lot of problems with that this
Same here.
summer, more so than ever before.
People keep giving me all kinds of recommendations. They go, "Oh, you got the 100-day cough." And
Well,
I was
you
like,
just need to just use that dumb sucker, and that'll help you. You know.
my 100-day cough is on its 101st day.
Ah.
All right, so
Okay. Life, Liberty, USA. The Briggs Lawrence County Public Library they have some exciting things going on this summer. Starting June 1st, they have a summer reading program kickoff, and they're going to be blocking off the road right in front of the Ironton location. They have face painting. They have a zoo, I think, coming in. They have a lot of activities, so you need to check that out.
I know that you would know that as a writer for the Ironton Tribune.
I wrote the story.
You wrote the story,
I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Jan Gullett, and she's a children's librarian. She's full of enthusiasm.
Really?
So, yep. Now we're heading, before they start getting noisy, let's give a tip of the hat to some of the fire departments: Proctorville, Hamilton Township, Coal Grove, Flatwoods, Rome, Decatur, Perry, Greene, South Point Volunteer Fire Department, Fayette, Windsor, Lawrence.
Worthington Fire Department, that's in your neck of the woods, Terry.
It is.
Upper Township Volunteer Fire Department, also Elizabeth Township, and I believe Russell Volunteer Fire Department, and also Huntington Fire Department. With
All
us
the
today
other
as
vehicles.
well.
This has to be the longest division of the 10 divisions.
And as I've said many, many times, not a lot I can tell you about a fire truck, other than the fact when I was 5 years old in kindergarten, I remember taking a field trip, and we went to the Ironton Fire Department, and we got to slide down the fire pole at 5. I was 5 years old, and one of the vehicles that just went by, one of the older vehicles, obviously, because I'm old, but one of the old vehicles that just went by reminded me of that original fire truck that was in the Ironton Fire.
You mean it's not this one that's coming in the folks'
No, that was.
I was thinking that's about it around his time. I mean,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, aren't you all nice? Make an old guy just feel so good.
we saw the William C. Lambert Military Museum and Archive entry a little earlier, but I wanted to make mention they were the Parade Commander Float Award winner for the 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. We also had an entry from the Lawrence County EMS.
Yeah, it's proud to participate in today's parade, honoring those who have served our country and fought for our freedoms. Team at Lawrence County EMS wishes to say thank you to all those who have served today. We honor you. God bless you, and may God bless America.
And of course, that Lawrence County EMS is funded by a levy paid for by the citizens of the county. and operated under the Lawrence County Commissioners. They have 6 locations throughout the county and are focused to serve the emergency medical needs of the guests and citizens of the county as promptly and as compassionately as possible. Thanks to all of our frontline workers that take care of us and first responders, especially the group around here that keeps us safe every year.
Charles Bettis watching today and reminding me that for almost 20 years worked at Allen's Jewelry. And little do you know, Charles, but for about the last 20 years, we've been parking our car on the Allen Jewelers parking lot. And it was sad today to note that
we had to park over from it.
we had to park over from it because it obviously is closed.
Yep.
But another great great memory of Allen's Jewelers. Wow, that wind has got me. Well, if you had the seat that we had at this moment with Terry Hapney, I'm JB Miller and Jason Toy. And if you had our seat right now and you were looking down the street of Ironton, I would be able to tell you that I see fire trucks as long as the eye can see.
Yeah, all the way to the end of the street.
All the way from the turn down at the back end.
Yes.
And they got a long way to go.
And a short time to get there.
There you
Wasn't that a
go.
song? Yep.
Yeah. By the way, 47 years ago today, Smokey and the Bandit came out. And that song
one of my
became
favorite
famous.
movies.
Yeah.
Yep. Jackie
That
Gleason
movie is
was a classic.
47 years old.
7 years old today.
Smokey and the Bandit.
I always loved the condition of Jackie Gleason's car by the end of the movie.
I think my biggest thing, too, loving that movie, I was just a Hal Needham fan who came up with it and did all that.
Yeah.
And the old story behind that Eastbound and Down, loaded up in trucking. Came up with it in a short amount of time. He played it for Hal Needham. Hal Needham stopped him midway. He said, what do I got to change? He says, I will fire you if you change a single word in that song.
And if you recall the soundtrack to that movie, Smokey and the Bandit, there was an Eastbound and Down and a Westbound and Down.
Yep, there was that.
And I can remember, because I'm that old, I can remember playing the Westbound and Down version.
And a lot of guitar playing versions of classic country songs in there, too.
Yes.
From Jerry Reed. So.
Yep.
And Mark Cooper says JB's voice sounds as smooth as ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that.
One of my favorite interviews with Jerry Reed, he was being interviewed, I don't know if it was Ralph Emery or who it was. He said that he was flying through Nashville, in his car, like really fast. And said a police officer pulls him over, walks up to the window with the pad. And he says, I'll take a Big Mac and an order of fries and a Coke. And it didn't go over all that well.
And my Jerry Reed story involves my brother back in the days of Radio Shack. If you remember Radio Shack at Tandy Corporation.
Yeah.
Radio Shack had a CB song search. And they were asking people to submit songs about CB radio.
Yeah.
And my brother submitted a song using a Jerry Reed guitar lick in the background.
Really?
Because he had used, in other words, sang over top of a Jerry Reed song. So his song actually won, as I recall, $13,000 is what I think.
Wow.
It was, I think. And his song actually won in the CB Song Search, but there was some contractual problems because Jerry Reed would not give up his. And I want to say that the song was called "The Claw," which was an instrumental. So
we want to thank some of the other contributors for this year's parade, the 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. The City of Ironton employees, the Co-op Club of Ironton, Charlie and Donita Cook, Charles Cooper. There's that pollen hitting again.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
David Lucas Communications, Lori and Rich Donahue. They're thanking me.
Do I have to thank
you
you?
have to thank me.
Terry is actually pointing at the contributors.
I'm not going to thank myself. Good grief.
He's pointing at
nice,
me to
nice to be
thank
subtle
you.
there, radio man. Appreciate that. Yep.
So right on this paper it says thank
It says
to
a thank
Terry Hackney. But Terry, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Ironton Fire Department, Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade Committee, Ironton-Lions Club, Ironton Police Department, Ironton Tribune, Lawrence County Waste Division, and the Loyal Order of the Moose.
Mark
Lot
McCann.
701.
Mark McCann. I'm going to make you thank yourself. Who's next on that list?
Well,
thank
after
you,
Mark
J.B.
McCann.
Miller. Yeah, Mike Patterson. We saw Mike in a vehicle paying tribute to the memory of his father, George Patterson. Had an opportunity to chat with Mike recently at the courthouse.
Do you know that song?
Which one? The one they were just trying to play on the horn?
Yeah, they're playing on the horn.
When you picked me up in front of the Hall residence, you should have done that this morning.
Well, I still can when I drop you off.
Waving at you, JB, up there.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I want to thank Chad Pemberton, Brenton Lou Piles, Rax to Riches, and Dean Robinson, all contributors, Shearer Mountain Insurance, the Radio Club, Sims Valley Veterans, the Shakery, and we're not going to make Jason thank himself. We'll thank Jason Toy for
Thank
his
you.
We could,
contributions.
we could.
Unger Shoes, United States Naval Reserve, VFW Post 8850.
And by the way, hey, how you?
Got a handshake
See ya.
from the Proctorville Fire and Rescue.
First handshake of the day I've gotten, I think.
Yvonne DeKay School of Dance, she's come in the Ironton Tribute a couple of times, and that woman knows her history about this area.
Yes, she does.
She really does.
Yes, she does.
Walden Insurance and Woodland Cemetery, and many more too numerous to mention.
I don't actually remember a parade without mentioning Yvonne DeKay in it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true.
She has,
A
she has
mainstay.
been doing her thing here in Ironton for quite a
60
number of
years.
years.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
And we've been here for 26 of it.
We sure have. We've moved around a little, but I think we've found ourselves a good spot here for the last several years. I
really
mentioned,
good.
for folks who are out of town and see, of course, this photo, they're looking obviously at renovations and things that are going on in the city.
Our good friend Jerry Crabtree, I worked with him at a radio station in the past. Says shout out to all amateur radio operators for providing communications and security for today's parade. And that includes Keith Brooks, Dave Bruce, Barbara Crockett, Jim Curley, Randy Franz.
Fred Herr as well, along with Jerry Huffman, Don Kemper, Jerry Lockhart, Mike Love, Steve May, Chad Thompson, Joe Thompson.
Jim Renault.
Okay, and Nathan Thompson and Rhonda Van Sickle is part of that as well. By the way, if you'll remember a few moments ago, I told you as far as the eye could see, I could see nothing but fire trucks. That still holds true. We're still
The end of the fire trucks.
and we're also having terrible mic issues with Jason Toy's mic.
And
How does that feel, by the way, to have the guy with the bad mic?
And we're having problems with the pollen, too. So other than that, it's a beautiful day.
That's
It's a wonderful day.
That's exactly right.
I always think this is a cool-looking fire truck that's coming into your frame now. From Union Township, the black and the gray.
Very nice.
If you go up towards Charleston, South Charleston, their fire trucks are black and orange up in that region too. They're always really cool-looking.
Yeah. Viewers from Canton, Georgia, by the way, going on today. Thank you. Charlie Kitchen, by the way, says, hey, guys. So would you like to say hey to Charlie?
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
There you go.
Remind me next year to bring a big bag of Hall's Mentholyptus.
Yeah. How about some fixed Vapo Rub?
Is our buddy Mark Snyder watching us today? Has he chimed in yet?
I haven't seen a Mark Snyder post yet.
Coach?
No.
I think he should be off today. I think he's working in the UFL, if I'm not mistaken. Got our buddy Lou Piles coming up here.
Life, Liberty, USA, the theme of the 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. Here we have the Sims Creek Restoration Committee, keeping our creeks clean. That's their entry.
They got a car full.
Yeah, they do. Let's grab a word with Lou here real quick.
Great to see you.
Hello, Miss Lou. How are you, sweet? You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing fine right now. The parade started and it didn't rain.
And we're actually getting chilly over here. You know that, right?
I'm getting wind. It's a little windy, but you know, I'll handle that.
Another beautiful day. Great job putting it all together. Your entire staff does a great job.
Yes, they do. Everybody on the committee works hard for this, and you know, it always turns out really well. So we're proud of that.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
All right, thank you, Lou. Appreciate
Grand
you.
Marshal twice, 2006 and 2021.
Yeah, Miss Lou Pyle. Always have to get a neck hug from Lou.
Before we get to the Band of Gold, I want to make quick mention. Royersville Missionary Baptist Church Youth Float Award winner went by. They were supposed to be in the 6th division, so
They moved too,
they
huh?
moved too. So
A lot of moving going
here
on
we have
today.
the Band of Gold from South Point. All the bands sound great today, including the South Point High School Marching Band.
And they're all doing it kind of on their own time now, right?
They
The
are.
school's out, right?
Yeah.
So,
It is.
Remember what a great feeling that was? Oh, when school was out for the summer.
That's why you didn't learn a note on your instrument. You didn't practice during the summer.
That's true.
Yep.
and that's why when you get older, 5 o'clock on a Friday is always feeling like you're just getting out of school, right?
Yep.
Yeah, same feeling.
We saw the Sims Creek Restoration Committee float a little while ago. That, by the way, they were the past Grand Marshals Float Award winners. So I want to make sure we mention all of these great floats
Yes.
and the awards they
Yes.
won. The Wallace Family Funeral Home.
A lot of work goes into those, and especially for those that may have been working on those. And of course, then we've had the rain and the winds and things going on. So
The Elite Welding Academy.
probably been some touch-ups that have had to be done on these floats
I
today.
bet so. Yeah, the Fraternal Order of Eagles. Life Liberty USA. That is the Civic Award winner. Of course, a David Ball Classic, one of my favorites.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right. Got a fountain going on. Got an actual fountain going on today with lots of
Not blowing it too bad.
Jason, I think next year we're going to have to get you a wireless microphone. What do you think?
Radio station.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't you
Apostolic
bring your
Revival
own
Center.
equipment
I
last
had
year?
that, a couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have a short in the microphone.
We'll try to hold it in the right spot,
Are
right?
y'all watching? I've just broke out a cracker.
Yeah, you're complaining about the pollen. Now you're going to get choked on a cracker.
That's true. I haven't got a drink today.
Yeah, you didn't bring a soda. You didn't think about that, did you?
You're not getting any of my coffee, so.
Now you tell me.
The Lawrence County Developmental Disabilities, that organization's excited to be participating in the 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. The Lawrence County DD program provides high-quality services to people with developmental disabilities of all ages residing in Lawrence County. Their approach is to service delivery centered on a person's needs and preferences, and their primary focus supporting those that they serve and leading the life they want and developing their skills to the fullest potential. So hats off to Lawrence County DD in this year's parade.
By the way, there's been quite a run on red T-shirts.
Especially with UK King's Daughters. They're
Yeah.
singing the screen right now. Some nice patriotic colors.
Got to get used to saying that. The UK King's Daughters.
I love that as a UK undergrad.
I don't see Sandra out here walking. What's going on? She's not walking with the crew?
She's watering flowers.
Beautiful dogs participating.
I made the mistake of getting her these very large hanging baskets,
Yeah.
and they're not quite done. They're still kind of in the growing stages. So they told her she needed to fertilize them 3 times a week. So every other day she's mixing up the Miracle Grow and dumping them on these giant flower baskets.
There's
They're beautiful, by the way.
There's a big old horse walking through here right
Yeah.
I just saw a St.
Couple
Bernard
of
go
them.
by.
Yeah. Georgia Dillon's watching. James Lewis. Joyce Massey Ward from Indiana. Clara May Stark watching. And Sonia Hayes says the South Point band rocks. They sure did. Absolutely.
Mike Nelson, by the way, is watching today.
Ah.
So is Mike Massey, watching from out at Pedro. Gallia County's Linda Pope is watching. And Phyllis Howe and Connie Lester watching today as well. Our live broadcast with Terry Hapney. I'm J.B. Miller, and there is Jason Toy on the streets today.
The Bethesda Services LLC. God bless America.
And I guess I am rushing things. I told someone yesterday this was my 27th year of doing the parade, but actually it's our 26th.
Well, they have a ramp put up for you, and your memory's sure to go too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I'm guessing after 26 years they put the ramp up.
They put the ramp up for the first time, yeah.
Like, oh, boy.
And here I didn't use it. I came up the old-fashioned way,
boy.
you know.
Yeah, I appreciate the ramp after 26 years.
Bailey Granite Monuments.
And I don't need a brush or comb anymore either.
Well, don't expect us to push you up that ramp. I mean, we're not doing it. So.
Hey, I think the way it's going to be is we're actually on a trailer. So I think when the parades end from as we move on, when the parades end, I'll just stay on it and they'll just drop me off the
Well,
house.
we could find somebody with a water hose and make it a water slide, and you can slide down that.
Could do
Lawrence
that.
County Community Foundation, Pine Grove Free Will Baptist Church, all participating. What a nice float.
Yeah, it's a good looking one. With the breeze, it looks nice in it today.
Yes.
It does. Little John Denver. We're hearing some country classics today.
You know, there is a radio station
Yeah.
that plays
Yeah.
this.
That's what I was waiting on, man. It's kind of
24/7. Come on, check it out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Although yesterday we were a little busy with racing. We did have a lot of racing yesterday.
Yeah.
Mother Nature played havoc with it all day.
And by the way, for all of you who said, do you miss being on the radio and have you enjoyed retirement? I have never retired, and I don't miss radio because I'm there every day.
You're there every morning.
And I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and I happened to share the link to the live audio of Big Buck with a friend in Florida just the other day on Facebook.
Good for you.
Sure did.
That's the one thing about the radio station. It was, a ton of people around here tuning in, but also too our online listening. I mean, when we truly say across the country and around the world, we're getting all over the place with it. So
we actually have a screen in our building where the radio station is. I don't know what you call that screen, but it
We have
basically
the
tells you.
Miss Twirl Queens before they get past us. We want to
Okay.
make sure we mention them.
But it actually tells you how many people are listening online, not specifically a name or an address.
by the way, Miss Ohio Teen.
Yep. Paisley
Paisley
French.
French.
Yeah. And
So
Miss
we're-
Twirl 2024, Claire and Nora were those.
We're always encouraged when
top
we're
of
on
the
the air
bill.
to get the chance to see how many people are listening across the country.
There's is that Ish in your?
That's got to be it.
Yeah.
I want them to throw a roll at us.
Ish, and we've got to have some.
Hey, they are bringing rolls. You
Texas
want one?
Roadhouse roll,
absolutely.
yeah. We love a roll.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah. We need a roll, yes.
Absolutely. That's kind of flattened out a little bit, but I'll take it. Look at that.
Look at, are you going to split it?
Look at that.
Here. I
Oh,
got
there
the
you
biggest part of it.
Good for you.
Oh my God.
Peanuts right here.
That is good. First Baptist Church of Chesapeake. That's the first time I've ever had a Texas Roadhouse roll in the middle of the parade.
Pretty good. You know, most people do Tootsie Rolls. The Roadhouse always does rolls. It's amazing. And by the way, that roll was still warm.
It is warm. Yeah, it is.
I do feel cheated, though. You got more than I did.
We want to make mention too that if we don't elaborate on some of the entries, it's because people didn't submit information about those particular organizations. Cold Grove Lady Hornets, the 5-time OVC champs,
First time in history.
Coal Grove High School Snow Queen, Mariah Hitchcock, 2024, Life, Liberty, and USA. So, yeah, we have the information that we're provided, and we're happy to announce it. Make sure that you get that information to Lou Piles and the parade committee next year, and we're happy to plug and promote your organization.
I thought you were going to say it's because you had your mouth full. That's the reason why. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Between the roll and the pollen, at least I've made my coffee that I have imported from Alaska.
There you go.
Well, let's
Wash
see.
it down.
We got a small break. I hope you all don't mind, but if you do, I don't care because I'm going to have another cracker. There you go. You got to remember.
And you're going to talk with your mouth full. That's good.
Well, you got to remember that when you go to Sam's Club, why do you go to Sam's Club? To eat all the samples, right? So I think that in a parade setting that you should also get to eat the samples.
You should.
Most folks go to Sam's Club, eat the samples as their lunch.
Plus we have to keep up our energy. You know? So
The Quinn Chapel Historical Center provides the newest attractions for people wanting to discover more about the Underground Railroad. You can find out more about Quinn Chapel by contacting Rich Donahoe, right here in Ironton. Make sure you check him out.
Frisch's Big Boy Ironton has special salads that they say just can't be beat. I need to try one.
Yeah.
They offer 4 different bountiful salads: BLT chicken salad, chef, cranberry pecan, or the buffalo chicken. Try one or all these great summer offerings soon.
And the Ohio Horse Park in Franklin Furnace, Ohio, offering professional breeding services. If you're a horse aficionado and you have a horse you need bred, call the Ohio Horse Park at 740-629-4394.
And St. Mary's is celebrating St. Mary's Medical Center the 100th anniversary as they walk through with Old Glory. Beautiful flag.
Beautiful.
David Lucas Communication has a sports Facebook page that covers local and regional sporting events. On Facebook search, you can find DLC Sports Network. There you'll find all the sports you need. Our Division IV sponsors. In addition, the Ohio Horse Park is hosting a horse show this afternoon, 2 o'clock at Franklin Furnace. Admission is free, so take the whole family out and enjoy.
Tammy Dillon watching today from the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing the link, by the way, with all of your friends and family.
Clark's Pump and Shop, Chris Sturgill, Life, Liberty, USA.
Nothing better than Terry, JB, and Jason on a large screen TV in another city.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's good to hear.
Did you ever think, that, 80-inch TV, somewhere in the country?
And just,
there you are.
just because of the liability of it, we're not responsible if our faces damage your big screen TV.
That's true. And did you ever dream that you'd get to eat a Texas Roadhouse roll
On TV.
on a TV?
Waterloo chapter, Order of Eastern Star, number 447, in honor of Ken Pancake, the U.S. Army.
JB, you talked about your brother Bob. I'm sure he's probably tuning in from over in Portland, right?
He's in Astoria.
Astoria, okay.
Yeah, which is 2 hours from Portland.
Well, I'll be heading to Portland on Thursday.
Is that right?
Yeah, heading up that way.
Racing?
Got a race, yes.
That's
And
a long trip.
That's the 4th division concluding. We're into the 5th division. Chad and Kim Pemberton are the division commanders.
And JB's favorite guys are coming up the
they are.
road.
The El
Here they
Hasa
come.
Shrine
Yeah,
Color Guard.
we get to utilize that ramp.
The Color Guard, the Shriner Hospital vans, the Potentate car, past Potentate car, the Oriental Band, Hillbilly cars and trucks. And I can't say enough good about Shriners. We've actually been impacted directly by the Shriners through our daughter, Cian, we adopted from China, who will be 20. She was 2 when we adopted her. And her surgeon was at Cincinnati Children's originally, and he moved to Dayton Shriners. And so she has had probably 4 surgeries at Dayton Shriners. And that organization is just, they're angels as far as we're concerned. The work that they do, and all these folks who are part of the Shriners organization are out fundraising all the time to take those funds, turn them over to the Shriners organizations, the medical organizations, and that's impacting lives all across the United States. improving lives. So we're certainly thankful for the Shriners Hospital, and the El Hasher Shriners of Ashland are in the shot right now.
He's turning 20 already.
Turning 20.
Wow.
Yeah, here and gone in no time.
Time is flying.
It is. Big Sandy 18.
Last week she was graduating high school.
Yeah, it's what it seems like. Sure does.
You know, as the Shriners are making their way through, and you talked about all the great work they do, they have a great time doing it too, raising money for kids and the hospitals and everything. You know, I gotta put a tip of the cap to one of the guys that leads them up here. He's the one coming to you in your screen in the red pants. It's our buddy J.L. Mick, and he lives for this. I mean, you know, he works hard during the week.
There have been a number of them, obviously, over the years, because I don't think you can do that forever.
Yeah.
And those who have, either passed on or retired. But I think when you are asked to be that person, you got to take it and run with it.
You get the red pants,
and
right?
He has done a great job with it. Dickie Neal was another great one from years past. Gary was another, so I'm going back at least the last three. They've all, I don't know if there's a practice. Do you go somewhere, and practice your belly thrust?
You have to go to a school. Does the Shriners have a school you got to go to?
Yeah.
These are the most in shape men that you will see anywhere across the tri-state area coming your way.
I'm also believing that when you're done, that your belly must hurt from all the thrusting.
Terry, I think down by your leg, they got a paper on the other side for you. All right, here they come.
The winds are picking up.
They are. Yeah, there's some folks having to pull their canopies down.
Hey, how are you, sir? Hey, I want to thank everybody here at the Irish Memorial Day Parade. The Shriners love you, and I love you.
Are you cold?
No, just tired.
You got a long way to go.
That's right.
He's already winded. He's only, what, a quarter of the way through?
Yeah, he just got started.
I know. You got to invest in sunscreen, I guess, when you're a Shriner, too, right? When you're doing that part?
Yeah.
That could be a question for next year. Could be how much tanning do you do in advance? You know. Division 5 sponsors include the Quinn Chapel Historical Center, offering special opportunities for you to learn more about Ironton's special place in Underground Railroad history. Why not sign up as a member of this new effort?
By the way, I do need to mention this morning that Garnet Worthington is watching, and Garnet made the pants for Gary Runyon at the on the parade route.
Very nice.
So just wanted to point that out. Ironton Frisch's Big Boy, we want to point out as well, offering dine-in, take-out, or drive-through service. You'll be amazed at the goodness of the food and, of course, the friendliness of the servers. Visit your Ironton Frisch's Big Boy very soon. In fact, how about right after today's parade?
The Ohio Horse Park offers boarding for your horse. You can keep your horse at the park in a clean, spacious stall, then visit the park to take your horse for a ride. They have a vet that visits every Tuesday, too.
By the way, just getting a notification that Bob Miller is watching right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob. And does Bob get to see JB put on the underwear? Here it comes.
Boy, those things get dirtier every year, don't they?
You can, hey, Jason, if you want to escort the guy over here to the bottom of the ramp, I'll hold JB's hand and
Well,
walk him
you guys
down.
have a camera on you, right? He can do it right here, right?
You can hand him to him.
I think the tradition should switch over, and you should do it.
Hey, I've done it. I did it already. You're as long as you're doing this, you're the long-running man.
Longest running underwear man.
He's already calling your name, too.
Put him on now. Too windy. Too windy.
He wants to know if those things get washed. Okay.
Yeah.
Each parade, every year. All right.
Hey, Jason, how long in the creek are those walks?
You got the washboard going on with that?
And David Lucas Communication produces the parade. We want to thank all the folks from David Lucas Communication. That organization began in 2015, and DLC's helped many local and regional political candidates achieve victory. Planning a political campaign, you could call DLC at 740-534-8557.
By the way, you still got some roll left over there.
I do. I keep seeing you look over at it continually.
Oh, yeah, I've eyed it a couple times.
It didn't take you long to get through yours.
They're nice enough to bring you a roll, and then you don't,
Look.
you just leave it over there.
It's gone.
Okay. I've only got 2 crackers left, so,
When we have responsibilities, we can't be eating the entire time.
well, it's true. Yeah. Make a good point.
I have to admit, the one thing on the Shriners that I always wanted to do, I want to drive the little go-karts. I want the Optimus Prime truck that runs out there. That'd be awesome to drive that
I
thing.
think we can arrange that.
That'd be awesome.
Yep. The problem is, if you volunteer to do it one time, Jason, you're stuck with it for the rest of your career. You could get on that, Jason, and zip around to get interviews.
There you
If
go.
you had a wireless mic, you could just...
Howdy, guys.
Oh, lost his hat.
Hat down, hat down.
That's a nice ride.
Nice Indian with a sidecar.
Very nice.
I like how that sidecar is tricked out. It's got a little Chevy Bel Air look going on to it.
That's wrapping up another division.
Yeah, the
of
kids love this division. They do. It is wrapping up the 5th division. We're heading into the 6th division. Michael DeLong, Paul, and Candy Smith are the division commanders. Of course, again, thanks to Troop 106 and Pack 106 for carrying all the division banners. And the Sims Valley High School Marching Band is coming into the shop. Let's take a listen to the Vikings. Small but mighty, they sound great.
You pulled a line right from me. I was getting ready to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Sims Valley cheerleaders.
Great thing about it, Terry, is back on the drum side of things, the band director is playing the drum.
Ah, yeah. That's what a good leader does. A good leader's not above doing what those under are asked to do. Yep. We spoke about Yvonne Decay earlier, School of Dance, and here they are. They always have a presence in the Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade.
JB, this is where I think Terry needs to go out and dance with, right? We got something for each of us.
Well,
yeah, I'm wondering, since St. Mary's installed all this titanium in me in 2019, I should try it.
You should. Why not?
amazing. You'd be like the $6 million man. Yeah. The bionic woman.
Yep.
The bionic woman.
Lindsey Wagner. That's who played that role.
That's right. That's right.
So you're saying he's not Lee Majors?
Lee Majors.
He's not Lee Majors.
No, but I read about Lee Majors last night. Funny you should
Yeah.
bring that
Well,
up.
the movie about it really kind of.
Did you know that the castle in Lexington, at one time, it was for folks that are driving towards Lexington.
On Versailles Road. It was, right,
Yeah.
it was right next to the radio station I worked at. I could open the back door of the station. You could see the castle.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
all right. Well, that castle was built by a family, and apparently it took a long time to build, and they got divorced before it was finished.
Ah.
And so it actually sat empty for over 30 years, and in the 30 years of being empty, Lee Majors, who was married to Farrah Fawcett, actually tried to buy it for them, and they would not sell it to
Really?
Lee Majors. And the rest is history.
Didn't he have ties to Eastern Kentucky University?
He must have.
I think he
must
had.
have. But yes, Lee Majors at one time made an offer trying to buy the castle
Wow.
in Lexington.
That would have been a really good setting for a
Yeah.
$6 million man episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. And of course, a movie just out now. The Fall Guy, I think, is what it was. It's just out now, kind of based off of him, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of that movie, I was looking for something to watch the other night, and I was like, oh, and I was reading that movie has big stars in it. It was a big director.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this got to be great. And I went ahead and watched it. I got about a half hour into it, and I was like, no, forget it.
Well, we got the SAZ crew out here. We got the morning crew. How are you? Doing all right?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, we got Shannon here. Shannon, obviously we asked you about this last year, but you're an Ironton guy. How special is this for you? That's right. That's right.
From Ironton, I mean, it's there's nothing like it. I don't think any town in the country, and obviously we're biased, but I don't think any town in the country does Memorial Day quite like Ironton does it here. What do you think?
I've missed other holidays when I moved away, and I was never more homesick than Memorial Day when I missed it. This is the best of this county and this city.
You know, I'm not biased because I'm not from here. I'm from Utah, but this has become home for me, and certainly Ironton does it bigger than anywhere I've been. So.
That's awesome. We got folks watching all over the world do it as well. So, TC, it's good seeing you, Sonny. Good job on the weather.
And the weather, by the way, is so great that they're not having to ride in the WSAZ News Channel 3 vehicle. They're walking on foot. So
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And have you noticed just how great that young woman and those young men, their hair, that anchor hair. How much hairspray goes into that, you know?
Yeah.
We always talked about Bob Smith's hair years back. It didn't move. I mean, it didn't.
Well, most anchors don't, yeah. I always felt that if you worked for a TV station doing the news as the anchor, that you were able to put on your taxes at the end of the year the hairspray.
Sure.
Well, it's part of it,
the hairspray.
Abbott Home Care.
Got to be thousands of dollars just in hairspray.
I would say so, Mr. Roofer.
That hair never moved, ever.
Yeah.
Even when they were out, like during a storm, you know, when they were doing
it never moved.
kind of a weather or a storm or something like that, it's like, it was amazing.
But, and when it did move, it wasn't like a strand. It was like the whole thing. It was like a whole piece.
That's right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
Walk FM. Of course, you know, on a day like today, if you wear a hairpiece or a wig, it's a bad day to be outside. So,
Well,
JB, yours is staying pretty good. I mean,
is it all right?
so the headset's helping. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of holding it down.
it's holding my hat down
Yeah.
and Jason's hat down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I miss the days of having a lot of hair.
Ironton-Lawrence County CAO.
We found the costume that JB needs to put on next year.
Yeah. Yep.
Which one will that be?
The Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. That'd be a good look.
The CAO float.
Have you ever seen, by the way, a Spider-Man with a pot belly?
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Does whatever a spider can. Life, Liberty, USA. 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade.
Your camera's right here. When you were interviewing Channel 3, you were standing in front of the camera.
Lawrence County Early Childhood Academy. Lawrence County Copperheads, 4-H. A lot of 4-H camps. I just wrote a story for the Ironton Tribune about all the 4-H camps. You can check that out at irontontribune.com.
Oh, good plug there.
A lot of great camps for the very young ones, elementary, middle school, and high school age.
Beautiful day for a parade, people. The wind is
The bubble machine, look.
There you go. That's what you need.
Yep.
the wind is fierce, but no humidity in downtown.
Well, the wind has
Ironton.
died down a little bit, which has been nice.
Yep. That's a first. That's a first in our 26 years. A bubble machine on top of a vehicle. Nice effect.
We could get one of those for your car if you'd like.
Lawrence County Copperheads waving. Camera.
With Terry Abney and Jason Toy, I'm J.B. Miller, and we're Terry and myself pleased to be doing this for our 26th year, as we said earlier in the week in a Ironton Tribune article.
Yep.
This was what we thought was a one-time thing.
Turned into 26 years.
Being
Yep.
asked to step in for someone who couldn't be available.
Yep.
So we did it once, and 25 years more, and we're still here.
Yep.
And thank you for watching us. We appreciate it.
That is Greater Faith Apostolic Church waving. I still think that's one of the best stories ever in the 26 years is when Frances Strickland, the wife, First Lady of Ohio at the time, wife of Governor Ted Strickland, walks by, and you did a complete interview, and nobody knew otherwise. You had no clue who she was.
No clue whatsoever. We had folks who were in public office at that time,
Right.
who were very famous for walking people up to you
They would, yeah.
without a notice.
Yep.
Like they didn't tell you, hey, by the way, here's John Smith. They just simply walked that person up
Exactly.
to you, like to be interviewed, but you didn't have any idea who they were. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I'll ask a few questions, and by asking a few questions, then
It'll trigger something.
trigger
Yeah.
something, and I'll be like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so-and-so.
It didn't happen.
And I ask, and I ask, and I ask every question I could possibly ask, and I still didn't know. And
Girl Scouts Troop 5198.
as she walked away, I leaned at Terry, and I was like, who was that? Yeah. And it was
The First Lady.
the governor of
Yeah,
Ohio.
Frances Strickland.
For his
Good
wife.
job doing your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know, it's funny you bring that up. As one of the guys when I first started working in NASCAR, he was a veteran, been there many, many years. You know, it was kind of like the last couple of years that he's doing. We're doing a race at Bristol, and he's down there doing interviews and pre-race. Had no idea who anybody was. And he was on the mic. He walks up to somebody. You look like a fine young man. Tell us about yourself. Who are you and why are you here?
Oh, that's a great interview.
Yeah.
It's like, well, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
We just saw the Convention of States, and we're heading to Ohio University's Southern Campus. Memorial Day 2024, Life, Liberty, USA.
They're not wearing clogs though, but they're wearing tennis shoes. They had tennis shoes back then.
The band, the community band from OU.
No, I'm talking about the George Washington and Martha back
right.
here.
Yeah.
But also the band used to participate, the community
Yeah.
band from OU Southern. I kind of miss that.
Getting towards Division 7 here.
And the PALS Day Centers providing physical, assistant, and living skills for adults with developmental delays. PALS Health. And a walking Uncle Sam hat. That's creative.
Yeah. You always wonder what you do with those refrigerator boxes.
Yeah.
Make a
Make a big old hat out of
make
it.
a hat.
And Trinity Assembly of God Church. Which closes out the 6th division. We're heading into Division 7. Tony Howard, the division commander. And you're hearing the Green High School Marching Band.
Out of Franklin Furnace, Ohio.
Well, here's your Bobcat marching band for you. How about that?
Sounding great.
Yeah.
Green High School Marching Band.
Were you able to identify that song, by the way? Name that tune.
It was a Grand Old Flag, right? Wasn't it?
I believe so.
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
Very good.
Why don't you
good.
sing it for us, JB, in your deep baritone there? How about it?
Yeah.
Can you sing Moon River for us?
Actually, I heard that a few times growing up. Parents were big fans of that song.
Advance America and CB Bears. Active Day. The Ohio Horse Park currently houses more than 100 horses. Don't try horse ownership alone. Your support group awaits at the Ohio Horse Park in Franklin Furnace. No matter your needs, the Ohio Horse Park is ready to help you.
Yep, Frisch's Big Boy, of course, in Ironton, your family-friendly all-American restaurant. Of course, the Ironton Big Boy has this really big party room in the back that you can reserve for your church group, your business meeting, or any kind of meeting that you'd like to have. Just call 740-532-1200, by the way, to reserve that room at Frisch's Big Boy.
In memory of Terry Leap on the active day entry there in the parade. David Lucas Communication produces this Memorial Day Parade broadcast, has since 2017, because we remember those who served and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. We remember. Quinn Chapel Historical Center has much to offer. If you're interested in history, want to know more about the Underground Railroad or African American contributions to this region, get familiar with the Quinn Chapel effort. Those are the Division 7 sponsors. 101 Mobility. Lots and lots of kids here at the parade today enjoying the candy.
Yeah, they are definitely that.
They're going to be on such a sugar high for the rest of the day. It'd be a great time to send them to the grandparents' house, don't you
That's
think?
a great idea. Tell you, I noted the Flatwoods City Pool was not opening today due to the damage that, of course, that was being blown around the other day, and the trees and the folks that needed to get things done. I guess they're going to open on Tuesday, but I'm not sure that today is such a good pool day.
Probably a little chilly day. Actually, we look up, we lost the blue skies. We got some clouds that are rolling across, and still staying pretty chilly. I say chilly. It's compared to what it should be this time of the year.
Although we did see, as we were setting up this morning, a woman who was basically doing her little camp out, had the chair set up in her tent, and she was actually covered in a blanket.
First time we've seen that. So. Restoring Hope Recovery, just passing by the screen as we speak. Life Liberty USA.
Let's face it, the people that come to the parade each year come to that same spot.
They do.
You know where you normally are, and that's where you want to be.
And for years, right over there, across the street there by Unger's, was Sugar Daddy. He wore a Sugar Daddy shirt.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen him in a while.
And he wore that shirt every year.
Yeah.
For the parade.
And we had a great friend we worked with in radio together when we were in Catlettsburg, who would march as one of the reenactors in the parade.
Oh, yeah.
And the very next day, his wife, like clockwork, would call and say, he won't be in today because his feet hurt.
Yeah, there's been some great excuses over the world, but that's a true story. Is a coworker who never worked the day after Memorial Day because his feet hurt.
He won't be in today because his feet hurt.
Oh boy.
Ramco Emergency Service. And Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. Wayne Campbell says, good to see you, J.B. Miller. Better give Wayne a wave.
Hi, Wayne.
We thought you retired. Where have you been?
Yeah, exactly.
Like our good friend Ernie G. Anderson would say when he did the birthday list, he'd say, well, I thought he died years ago. He's still kicking.
That's right. That's right.
Getting towards Division 8 here.
That's the Southern Hope Recovery Center in the camera shot. As we speak, the Gideons participated, the Tea Party Treats and Sweets, Eric's Propane, others participating in the parade. Now, this Fraternal Order of Eagles, it was the Civic Float Award winner for the 7th Division. And as we wrap that up, we head to Division 8. We see the troop and Pack 106 Scouts carrying the banner for the 8th Division. Scott Evans, the division commander. And we have our last batch of sponsorships to read.
Does that mean you'd like me to read something?
We have 7, 8, 9. We have 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we just have to rotate back through, and
we can do that. No one has come through the parade route. Yeah. No one has come through the parade route with ice cream yet. You know, I was a little disappointed.
That's true. We need to catch an interview.
Wow, a cold one.
We need to catch an interview
You
with
need that?
We need
You
to catch,
need a water?
No, I've got coffee.
Okay.
We need to catch an interview with our executive producer, Dr. David M. Lucas.
Well, good luck, because be
There
sure
he
to
is.
let him know that he's being interviewed on a microphone that has a short in it. All right?
Well, we're trying to find that sweet spot on the mic.
There it is.
How about that? All right, there we go. I think we got it right there.
Dave, I hate to break the news. To you, but Jason's microphone is broken. All right.
You doing all right?
Doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, you got great weather too. Where we at? Over here. We got right here. There we go.
There you go.
You brought great weather for you this time.
And the weather worked out perfectly. It was like dropping a mitch. You know what I'm saying? It was just perfect. Awful storms. Then God said, all right, clear it out. Had that flyover. Biggest parade yet that I've seen. Wall-to-wall people and great divisions. It's a great time for a parade.
Thanks for all you do for this community.
We love everybody in this community, especially the young people.
And me, don't forget.
And JB.
We still have to get JB a kilt, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 No. Okay, all right. There we go.
I'll remember that.
Dr. David Lucas.
Would you rather wear the kilt or the underwear?
It depends on the event. I think it's a more upscale, probably.
And of course,
the kilt.
JB always has to ask.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he's wearing something under that kilt, right?
I done
On
that.
a windy day today.
Yeah. I wasn't going to ask, but now you
have before.
Now you got the mind wondering.
Yeah, you have before. That's true. See, he's getting forgetful again.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what happens in retirement life, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason, not you, Jason, another Jason, watching today from Phoenix, Arizona, missing his hometown of Ironton.
John watching from Columbus. Tina from Perrysburg, Ohio. And there we have Genesis.
I keep hearing,
Lawrence
I
County
keep hearing
Recovery.
a lot of whistling going on, and that would be thanks to the great folks, I think, from the Shriners handing out whistles to the kids. You know what? The parents are going to love that later when they're hopped up on all that sugar.
Yeah, those will start disappearing quickly when they get home, you know? Yeah. Hometown Recovery and Counseling.
Dad, what happened to my whistle? Well, did you bring it home from the thing? You went to sleep, and I don't know what happened.
By the way, is there any way of checking? I know that throughout the year we read about people who are in the Guinness Book of World Records for various things. Do you not think that we're close to a Guinness record of watching a complete Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade for 26
years, every bit of it.
I mean, you realize that
Every
sometimes
single
people
movement.
watch a little bit or just you know, 2 or 3 divisions or whatever it was, but we've seen it from beginning to end.
26 years in a row. House of Grace, Hometown Recovery, Fresh Start Health, all participating.
Check on that.
What a great float.
I'm always looking for a new award.
Yep.
Got our buddy Gerardo up here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why every time I see him I want to holler Rico Suave.
Do it deeper than that. We know you can get down deeper. Can you?
Rico Suave.
There you go.
It's good to see Gerardo here.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think last year he wasn't. It was out. He was doing something musically. I think.
Selling coffee.
Yeah, he was actually.
Yeah. He has
And of course, he's a pastor of the Church of House of Grace over in Ashland.
Sure. He has a coffee line that is sold. I'm not sure if it's sold here. It's sold online.
Yeah.
But I think sold in other parts of the country.
And across the globe.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Ecuadorian. From me, from Ecuador. So.
Called Rico Suave Coffee.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I'm not a coffee guy.
Oh, I'd like to try it.
However, since we are giving this free announcement for the coffee, you know,
He
if
should
by-
give us a sample so that we can actually
if
plug
by
it.
chance, you know, one of his people,
Well,
you know,
you know, his wife is from Ironton, and the whole family all live back on the backside of the parade route over here.
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Porter's Lawn Care.
So again, Terry Hapney and J.B. Miller. Jason doesn't like coffee.
But we'll still take one for Jason. You know,
Well, that's true. That's true.
So,
Just letting you know that the Rico Suave coffee would be, you know,
that would be nice.
just saying.
We'd love to try it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your people call our people, and we'll work it out.
Sonorama. And this includes also the Nationwide Organ Recovery Alliance, the Apostolic Revival Float, and all the late parade entries are in the 8th Division of the 156th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. Jason Toy, Terry Hapney, J.B. Miller,
Hello.
back for year 26
Hi, hi, hi.
of those 156 years. It's always a great day for parade, especially this one. Getting together to commemorate the memory of all the military personnel who given the ultimate sacrifice. What, did you get hammered with a bunch of cameras?
That was unique.
That was one of the funniest floats I've ever
Hey, Jason,
seen.
walk over and get that blow pop for my daughter, would you?
That was excellent. The wrestlers just came through and they said, "Do you want some candy?" And they just body slammed the guy, and the candy flew everywhere.
Oh, good grief!
That was probably that's the best float right there. That float wins the award.
And see, I
was
have
hilarious.
good glasses, but that's good branding when I can make out that that's a blow pop.
Yeah.
Clear across the road.
And
there.
look at there, he was
Thank
able
you,
to-
Jason.
we
Thank
were
you
able
so
to
much.
secure the blow pop.
So, Cian, when I give you this blow pop, that is from Jason
There you
Towing,
go.
our good friend.
Yeah.
Powerless Towing. We're into the 9th Division. Dave Bruce, the division commander.
I think we figured out different ways now to get rid of candy. That was the most unique way
That
I
was
think I've ever
awesome.
seen.
That was really funny. I was watching it so intently, like, what are they doing? It's like slamming the guy, the candy flies. I loved it.
That would have made a good gift that you could have created and shared and gone viral all across.
By the way, I'm glad we've been receiving lots of items that they've been throwing here in the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I was able to look at this carefully because I thought it was ketchup packet.
Yeah, I thought it was mustard.
And if I would have gone home and put that on my fries,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been good
CAO.
because it's sunscreen lotion.
There you go.
CAO, the
Yeah.
Community Action Organization, Ironton-Lawrence County, antibacterial wet wipes.
Wet wipes.
That's the first.
Yeah.
First.
So wet wipes, sunscreen. I mean Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
It's
Smarties.
crazy.
Yep.
It's
We got it
absolutely
all
crazy.
today.
Yes,
a
we have.
roll, a Texas
Oh, and
roll.
even a bottle of water.
And
There you go.
crackers.
Biscuits, peanuts, you got it all.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Notice you're hiding those. It's peanuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tell you what, last year I remember taking mine home. That was the best part of my afternoon on Memorial Day
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
Was-
Yeah.
Those are great. They sure are. Cogan's Wrecker Service, the Jeep Babes, Ethan Blevins in a truck, Alicia Beal in a vintage vehicle, all in this short division, but very neat division.
Good to see the guys from C.J. Hughes here.
Yep.
Tyler Collins, by the way, is asking if the Cold Grove Band is marching in this year's parade, and or did I miss it? And the answer for you, Tyler, is you missed it. They,
You can go back and watch the
back and
replay.
watch it.
hit the rewind, and you'll find them.
And speaking of C.J. Hughes Construction, 140 West 3rd Avenue in Huntington. Participant information this year, C.J. Hughes has conducted business in the tri-state surrounding areas for the past 70-plus years. C.J. Hughes has put local folks to work since 1946 through multiple areas of construction expertise.
Once again, want to say what an honor it is to be a part of this parade year after year after year.
It is.
And be able to see folks and meet folks and folks that we have met along the way who are no longer with us. We realize what this parade is all about. We realize why we're here. And it is just a great honor to be a part. Like I say, I only thought I was going to be here for 1 year, and here we are 26 years later.
Yep.
So,
and I always look forward to it, and it's our small way of paying tribute to the men and women who've given the ultimate sacrifice. That's the whole reason for this parade.
Terry and I are very busy people, Jason as well, and we don't often get a chance to get together. This is our at least one time a year. That I pick him up at the house, and we park in the same parking area.
How come you don't pick me up? You don't come get me?
Well, maybe we can work on that.
and you're seeing the 10th Division, Dave Bruce, the division commander, and the extent of the information for this division banner and all the horse entries.
And by the way, you don't own a Jeep, and you don't own a Jeep, right?
No, I don't.
But
I have
know,
owned Jeeps.
But I know that this has to do with Jeeps,
Yes.
right? This
Yeah.
is a duck, and you get this duck for what?
I have to ask my daughter. She had a Jeep recently, so we'll have to see. Everybody's got them on the dash.
Something to do with Jeep, and the Jeeps just went through, and we got a duck.
Yeah.
And I know that has to do with the Jeep.
Proven why you put the horses on the back end of the parade. If you look further back down the road down there, you see some reasons why.
You do.
Yes.
They're on the back end of the parade.
And be thankful that others are in charge of that rather than you.
Well, JB, if you had you a shovel, you'd have you some fertilizer for your yard.
That's true. That's very true. Very true. Listen, folks, we're going to call it a day, and it has been a great Memorial Day, and we just want to say thank you for again your support in watching, sharing, of course, this broadcast. Think about the folks, of course, that are the sponsors that we have talked about. And we sure do appreciate it. On behalf of our friend Jason Toy, any final words?
It's another great year, beautiful weather. Thank God we got the weather in today, because if you thought about it last night, seeing the weather that rolled through here, you wouldn't think we'd be here today. But definitely the skies opened up and looked beautiful here. We had a great day, nice breezy day. Probably put this one down as the least humid parade that we've ever had. It was awesome. And again, what we always like to remind folks on the radio side of things, don't forget the reason why we have this day out there, and pause to remember and thank all of them. Also remember those Gold Star families out there, too.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep. And Terry, final words?
And God bless you, and God bless America, and we'll leave it at that.
Until next year. Have a great rest of the day, and enjoy your holiday. We'll see you for our 27th year next year.
Already forgetting, Jason.
And hopefully the ramp will be up again.